We're opening the floor with a very interesting startup. We have Ravi from Nadira, who's doing amazing work in the UAE and in the GCC. They're just back pitching from COP27 and have something very interesting for all of you. Let's welcome him with a round of applause, please.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me well? My name is Rabia Sha'ar. I'm the CEO of Nadira. At Nadira Technologies, we're changing people's behaviors to get them to recycle using technology. So, do you know that in our region, we recycle less than 10% of our waste? So, the ability for us to recycle can reach up to 65% if we change a little bit in our habits, and the system is there to catch it. We have identified the root causes of why people do not recycle, and there are three of them. First, the awareness is low, so people just simply don't know how to recycle. Number two, the complexity is high, so it's very tough for them to understand where to take the recyclables. Sometimes the infrastructure is not there for them to take it. And then the last element is the unit economics are very tight, making it not the best business from a unit economics perspective to get into. And that's where we introduced Yalla Return. So Yalla Return is our flagship product. It helps people to learn on how to recycle, get them to know where to recycle and how to take their recyclables to what place, and then give them cash rewards in exchange for them doing the right thing. And let me tell you how this is done. First, in the app, there are a lot of information on how to recycle, including our AI algorithm that allows you to take a picture and know if this item is recyclable or not. Once you do that, then you'll be able to take these recyclables to a recycling center next to you that you can locate on the map. And this is typically a video, but here it's a still image where you walk in, you drop in your recyclables. In some areas of the world, they are weighed. In other areas, it's based on a bag basis. And we have as well developed our own smart bin that you access it using your smartphone. You open it, you put in it your recyclable bag, and somebody will come and pick it up and will sort it on your behalf and give you the credit accordingly. Finally, you'll be able to redeem your rewards in the app. So if you want them as cash, you can transfer them to your wallet, like an e-wallet of Etisalat, for example. Or if you want them as vouchers from supermarkets or discounts, we have that option as well. So what we've done is we made recycling easy for people to understand. The outreach and the complexity has been reduced and made it a very rewarding system. And we were able to crack the unit economics. So actually, we make money. Even after we pay people, we pick up the recyclables, we're able to make 20 to 30% healthy margins when we are selling the recyclables. We have a lot of partners and clients. ADQ is a shareholder of Nadira. PepsiCo is a big collaborator with Nadira. We have ongoing projects with Provis today. So we are Abu Dhabi focused, Abu Dhabi centric. However, we operate in Dubai, in Riyadh, in Lebanon, and very soon in Egypt. I just came back from COP17, and we closed 5 to 6 projects that we're going to start operating in Egypt. So far, we have 6,500 users, diverted more than 60 tons of recyclables, and avoided the emissions of more than 90 tons of CO2 to be emitted. These are our portfolio of projects. We have recorded to date $400,000 worth of revenue, and our impact can be humongous if it's applied across the global south. So the opportunity for us to apply that will allow us to make a lot of money with a TAM of 17 billion, but as well diverting a lot of CO2 emissions equivalent to 5% of the CO2 emissions across the world if everybody starts recycling properly. We've got a lot of awards from PepsiCo, from the LEAP conference in Saudi Arabia, and our social impact has been validated through a detailed study by Yale University. This is our team. We're a fantastic team of 10. Michel is here with us. He has our operations in Abu Dhabi, and we're very, very proud to be an Abu Dhabi-based company leading the recyclable or recycling journey in the region. Thank you very much. This is the truck from Provis here in Abu Dhabi going straight into recycling from a community that was not recycling before Nadira started engaging them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. That was a great presentation, and we're happy to have you in Abu Dhabi. Let's put our hands together next for Pietro from Green Future, who's come all the way from Milan, has a presence already through Hub 71 in Abu Dhabi, and help companies embark on their ESG journey. Over to you, Pietro.
Let me tell you a personal journey. 2 years ago, I was in Ecuador. I was filming a documentary on the deforestation frontier, and as I was driving down this road and witnessing huge trucks being driven down with huge trees being cut down and raisins still bleeding fresh on the dirt road, I stopped in shock to this tree. This was a 65-meter tall tree, and it was being sold for $50. And I took a video, and I took a photograph, and we shared it on social media, and within a few hours, we had hundreds of businesses and individuals wanting to support the project to halt deforestation within the area. So that day, I learned two very important lessons. The first one is that there's millions of people around the world, businesses and individuals, that want to do their part in fighting climate change. And the second is that we must provide to them simple and transparent solution to ensure that they know the impact that they're generating. So Green Future Project is a SaaS product that exists to simplify climate action. And it was based on a very simple concept. Climate change is a global problem. To solve it, we need a global solution. We need a solution that harnesses the power of collective action, enabling the 8 billion people that live on this planet and the companies that coexist in it to stop being part of the problem and start being part of the solution. So what we've built is a software, so a SaaS model allows companies to access a portfolio of the best climate solutions around the world, audited by top-in-class scientific community. And as they finance this project and decarbonize their emission, reaching their targets to carbon neutral, they can track and trace in real time the impact that they're generating. So most investors get a quarterly or an annual report. Here, thanks to satellite technology and remote sensing technology, company can be sure that their environmental part of the ESG strategy is creating the generating the impact that they need. So tracking and tracing impact and transparency are essential to us, as well as communicating. The software is completely open source, so the company, if they want, they can share the impact they're generating with the entire world, and that brings transparency to the value chain, because as a consumer, we can be sure that the claim that a company is making in terms of climate action is actually happening. So it's also for a transparency level towards consumers. We have also developed an API that allows company to integrate within their product positive climate action. So a company can decide via API that integrates with e-commerces, softwares, and apps, nearly all of them in the world, to generate positive climate impact for every product or service they sell. Now look around you, there's millions of different products. Imagine if for each of them, a small percentage of that revenue was invested in a climate project. What climate project do we support? We support the one that the scientific community suggests as being the most important in the fight against climate change. So it's regenerative project. That means improving the capacity of degraded ecosystem to absorb new carbon. That means protecting existing hotspots of biodiversity, whether marine or terrestrial. Today, deforestation accounts for 23% of global emission, more than the European Union. And also investing in tech-enabled solutions to accelerate the transition to a clean energy system. That means investing in renewable energy projects, but also in tech-enabled solutions that will achieve this objective. The amazing achievements that we've achieved so far are thanks to strategic partnerships, but also thanks to collaboration with incredible conservation groups that are recognized around the world as being top in class in what they do. In terms of strategic partnership, we partner with the European Space Agency. For those of you that don't know it, it's like NASA in Europe, and we access their satellite technology, which means we can provide objective data to all of our clients. We're also partnering with Hub 71, and we're really, really excited to be here on location to accelerate the green energy transition in the region. We all know that there's COP28 happening 1 year from now. We all know that the region is a bit further behind compared to Europe and the US, so there's a lot of catching up, and I've seen a lot of enthusiasm to do so. So we really look forward to collaborating with companies within this region to make that happen. We have a booth just behind the screens here. And we really look forward to talking with any one of you in terms of how we can accelerate climate action and improve your carbon neutrality strategy. Thank you very much for your time.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Pedro. Next, we have Burak from QS Systems, who's here to talk about food safety and food traceability.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I am the co-founder of QS Monitor, an Abu Dhabi-based food safety and traceability platform. We are in Masdar Tech Park, and we would like to contribute to the food security initiatives of Abu Dhabi as well. So QS Monitor is addressing an industry, a problem within the food security supply chain, where 70% of the food loss is happening within the supply chain. We are always thinking that food loss is happening or food waste happening at the retail or at the shelf or at the consumer's plate, but it's actually through the supply chain. And most of the time, this is because of contamination, bad practices, or lack of knowledge in the process. So we are bringing all the stakeholders of the food supply chain. It could be either the buyers, sellers, retailers, distributors, logistic companies, and also the service providers within this supply chain. And there are lots of problems through this process. There are gaps in the process, so we are trying to automate this information between the traders and the buyers and the sellers so that it's a frictionless trade, there are no losses, and if there's any preventive action that we can take throughout this process, we do it so we don't lose a very precious product, which is food. So we have an ecosystem of auditors, advisors, inspection and testing companies, but also we integrate with the government agencies and private companies so that we know what's happening in the food supply chain. It's a very complex area because there are many types of different food, and this food is either used as an input or a product itself. And in the meantime, it's not a standard material as any consumer product. So what we do is we gather this information throughout the supply chain. We find where are the pain points, where are the problems in terms of food safety and food loss. So we try to address this before it happens. So we created this online platform out of 80 countries. We are based in Abu Dhabi, but we are operational in 80 countries. We also have members of roughly 420 inspection, testing, and certification companies all around the world. We have now users of more than 15,000 traders using our system, and we are growing every year. So this is our business model. We have the annual membership, we have the product processing fees and registration and supplier audits. We are addressing a total market of 16.5 billion globally, but we are first starting from GCC and MENA markets. We are doing this the different segments and customer channels. So we are working or partnering with B2B platforms, retail shops, restaurants, or where the food is consumed or used. We already have a traction of major platforms and major food companies in the region. We are working with the major food processing brands in UAE, and we have projects that are online and going on. We have a team of experts from this field, from food safety and technology, and they are also experts in implementing large-scale projects with our clients. We are already cash positive. We have started our business in 2018. We are growing our revenues and profitable as we speak. And we are going to grow. We are in the Series A fundraising. We have some commitments in the region. Hopefully, by the end of this year, we are going to close this round, and then we are going to grow from Abu Dhabi. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's hear it for Burak from QS Monitor Limited. We have so many sustainability startups all ready to wow you with their amazing solutions. So let's keep that energy high and give a big round of applause for Narcis, all the way from Romania, with his platform Co-Own that is going to transform hospitality and real estate.
Good afternoon, everyone. You can hear me? Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. So my name is Narcis. I'm the founder of Co-Own. I'm from Romania, and I live in Dubai since 2011. Before being an entrepreneur, I was a hospitality professional with extensive experience in commercial aspects of running hotels. I have started Co-Own last year when I discovered the opportunity to actually own a hotel room or a hotel apartment in Dubai, which is a common business model in many real estate projects in Dubai and around the world. The real purpose of the company is actually to enable investments in hospitality real estate assets. First, let's look at the market opportunity. So last year, globally, the total transactions value in terms of commercial real estate was valued at 1.3 trillion US dollars. Out of this, 69 billion US dollars have been transacted with hotels. Okay? Dubai is a 300 billion dirhams transactions value which have been recorded last year. Out of this, 5.9 billion dirhams have been transacted with hotel rooms and hotel apartments individually. In Abu Dhabi, we have 193 million dirhams which have been transacted with hotel rooms last year. So in the current real estate marketplace, when an investor is looking for opportunities, so not an end user buyer, they either will have to deal with the broker, either they will going to go through a developer, or either they will going to have to look at the public markets in terms of securities offerings, in terms of REITs, or they can go to a private placement through a private real estate investment company. This creates limited access and low visibility for this type of assets. Is an endless offline back and forth interaction between the parties, which majority is unnecessary because it's purely an investment product. However, the biggest challenge lies into the evaluation of the investment potential of those units. This creates an uninformed investment decisions due to the lack of financial literacy of the parties involved. And there is a high entry capital requirement in order to purchase this type of units upfront, with upfront capital. In order to solve these, we are building a digital investment platform for co-ownership in hospitality real estate assets. We are doing that through an integrated digital investment model where decisions will be driven by data and financials, a technology-enabled platform, and we will going to offer accessible investment products. So in the marketplace, investors will be able to source, transact, and earn income from an income-generating asset. These are a couple of platform features which are already pre-built into the current platform, relevant to the buy side, so the investor, right? Property listings for this type of assets, we will going to offer in the property listing full transparency in terms of financials, in terms of acquisition cost, in terms of yearly recurring cost, and in terms of key financial metrics, in terms of investment return potential. The property listing page will going to have access to also to a virtual deal room where parties will be able to share securely confidential documents about those units. The entire transaction process can happen online, so this is already pre-built into the platform. Investors will going to have access to their own dashboard in order to track their portfolio and their holdings. And we're going to have access also to industry insights specifically for tourism industry. These are a couple of platform features which are already pre-built relevant to the sell side, so the person, the brokers, the developers, the individual owners who wants to sell those units. Dedicated property listing page will going to offer them visibility and marketing to qualified audience who are looking for this type of assets, for hospitality assets. Online fundraising automatically will mean faster closing for this type of deals, right? Which is very important for the sell side. We are building as well an owner's management module, and sellers will be having access to their own dashboard in order to track their listings. So what do we offer? We are offering two investment products, depending on the development stage of the platform. In the first instance, we will offer a co-ownership model in individual units, so individual hotel rooms, individual hotel apartments, through issuance of a fractional title deed. So up to 4 owners will be able to get a fractional title deed for holding in one of these individual units. On the second stage of the development process, we're going to offer the opportunity of small investors who own this type of units to participate in the acquisition of an entire asset or an entire hotel. It can be also expanded to other types of commercial assets, like office buildings, let's say, for example. These are a couple of partners that we have sourced into the market, and we have had discussions so far, and they have already an hospitality projects under their portfolio from the developer side and from the brokerage side. And the traction that we have gained so far has allowed us to build an MVP, to being accepted in Microsoft for Startup program, being present here today in the global event in the finance world. And yeah, basically this is it from my side. I'm looking forward to answer any questions and to provide more information. So you can find me at stand 46 in section 1, where I can develop more about the business model, exactly how it works. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Narcis. Okay, next we have someone who's very committed to the space of financial inclusion. We're going to hear from Nikhil from Monarch Services, who's come here from our neighboring place of Oman.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm the Nikhil, co-founder for Monarch e-Services application. Monarch in the Arabic is called everything you wish, you get it. So in application itself, like in Middle East countries, 70% of expert community are there. And 70% this migrant people is building the future of Middle East. But what we are doing for them? Right now, this 70% of the migrant, almost 30 million people is underbanked. So we are providing financial inclusion services for this underbanked. So every year from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Egypt, Philippines location, every year 2 million people are coming to build future of Middle East. So these people, they don't have the access for the bank account, how they will do the money remittance for their home country, we are not providing like any solution available, how we'll provide the emergency loan for these people. So we are providing this all kind of the services to them. So how we are the optimum migrant fintech service provider. We partner with the home country banks as well as we partner with the Middle East country banks. And starting from their journey, considering from India to UAE market, they are coming from India, we open the bank account for them in the India itself. Once they land here, we are ready with their welcome kit, with their bank account, their insurance, their SIM card, everything in the airport itself. So these services, after the 1 month time, once they get these services and they are ready for transfer the money for their family, we are providing them the money remittance services as well. And if they require any kind of the financial support, we are providing them the loans for them. So altogether, we are providing the financial inclusion for these people. And these are the, on top of this, we are providing e-services to them. So if they want to do the grocery shopping, if they want to do the, for them to do the taxi services for the transportation, they require the gas cylinder services, all these basic services they can order through our application. So all in one, we are providing all inclusive services in the one platform. So how the user journey will works? We having our own channel partners in home countries. They are onboarding them to the digital KYC. After that, once they onboarded, our partner bank in the Middle East country, they are providing them the bank account and all the other services. Then they will go and the money remittance they do through our application, the partner application what we have. And other services they can order through our application. What the market size? There are almost 30 million people are there who are underbanked so far, and this is the UN report provided by them. So we have the partnering right now, and what is almost 2.5 billion is the market size for these people, because they are sending the money from this country to their home country, and they are using all these services as well. These are our premium partners. So far, we are live in Oman, and we are supporting from the Ministry of Health. We are partnering with the Capital Market Authority in Oman. We are selected in the Microsoft and C3 program. And from the travel and insurance, we are the big DNATA group also, we partner with them. So these are the partnership ecosystem we already have in place. So how we are, so our communication channel is a digitally. So we are connecting them with the physically as well as the digital, because these are the unskilled people. They don't know much about the digital. We have to do the financial literacy for them. So we are providing the welcome kit in the airport itself with their basic needs. So they know this is our one of the marketing strategy. So they promote us. So they are our ambassador in the market itself. So far, almost 14,000 kit we distributed, and almost 50,000 downloads we have in Oman itself. These are our revenue model, where they don't want to pay any commission to anything. Yearly fee is $25. They have to opt for these services. And we have the B2B2C model. So far, we will be positive by 2025. These are our tech model, where we are going to develop the more languages and the onboarding model. We are right now Oman. In the 3 years down the line, we will be live in the another Middle East country. And we are getting good traction and interest from the Middle East, all the B2B clients. This is a team. If you compare with another GCC companies, might be we are the more powerful we have. We are raising right now 1 million with the valuation of that 10 millions. So let's join the hand, and we can contribute in the Ministry of UAE goal and the social mission, create the peace, harmony, and the happiness within the society. So let's join the hand and contribute in this goal. Thank you very much. And we have the stall here in the 18, so you can visit us, and we participate in the social cause. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nikhil. After that ambitious take on financial inclusion, we have with us Sanjay with Scholar. Scholar is a platform that focuses on sustainability from a skill-building perspective. So please, let's make some noise for Sanjay.
Hi. Hello. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sanjay. I am the co-founder at Scholar. Scholar, you want me this side? Scholar is a marketplace for students in the K-12 segment. So we teach sustainability as one of the skills to the students across India right now. Where did this product come from? It came from this whole assessment that academics is not the only thing in life. The future is all about skills. And the whole education tech segment is currently very much focused on normal academics. But we feel that the whole future of the K-12 students is all about skill development. So Scholar is nothing but a skill development marketplace, personalized for students K-12, with a very strong peer participation from parents, which ensures security of the entire platform. We are at a seed stage right now. We have tested the product in India. We currently have about 50, going to about 500 skill providers on the platform, and by March 2023, about to have 5,000 students participating on the platform, which is online and all digital. So what is the whole issue about the skill development? Skill development basically is all about education plus. What are the kids today learning in the school is basically still the same physics and geography and mathematics. But nobody is getting skilled in doing the basic things. I mean, people want to learn piano in the school. People want to open up a motorcycle and rejoin a motorcycle within the school. People want to learn about aeroplanes. People want to learn about UFOs. This all is not being taught to them on any other platform. School systems are very, very academic, and that's where Scholar comes in. Two great verticals. One is the student vertical, and one is the teacher and the parent vertical. The parents provide the desired security to the whole platform. The teachers and the skill providers are there to teach, and students come in and participate and provide the traction in the platform. It's an amazing number. Between GCC, Egypt, and India, the total addressable market is 8 million students, 8 billion students. And if you look at the actual TAM, which is about 300 million students within GCC as well as India. So it's a massive market, right? And it's a market that is only touching the tip of the iceberg, which is the schools. If you start going at the university level and beyond, this market is absolutely humongous, to say the least. We have a wallet which is inbuilt. We call it Scash. People can start using that model as a paying model for the people, for the courses. The product vision is very simple. We have 3 basic assessment tools in the platform. One is about skills, the second one is a discovery program, and third one is an internship program that all goes within the schools. Schools are very critical for our business model, and it is fantastic to see most of the schools, principals, when we meet, they just open the doors because nobody is teaching this curriculum, and sustainability is one part of the skill development in this whole journey. What is our revenue model? It's a freemium model, an AWOD model in the OTT business as it is called. You come on free. There are courses which are free for you. You can choose amongst hundreds of courses that the skill providers have. And in addition to that, there is a paid model where the student and the skill provider come together. They decide the pricing. It's a very independent model, very democratized model. You decide the pricing, and you start using the paid model. So there is no, $25, $80, $70 kind of a tag anywhere. It's a very, very open democratic system, and the teacher and the student then kind of get into a relationship, and on it goes. We are at a seed A stage. We are at a funding A stage. We're looking at about 2.5 million for our customer acquisition as well as for our tech. We are a UAE-based company, but our first option has been to go to India because that's a much larger market. Stage 2 is to come to GCC as well as UAE. This is a combined set of about 150 years of experience amongst the founders and co-founders. I have my founder here, Pankaj and Amit, our head of partnerships. I am the co-founder. We all come from banking, media, and entertainment experiences, and we have been to schools and done fantastically well with the school students. Scholar is a product that teaches sustainability, that teaches motorcycle maintenance, that teaches piano, that teaches academic maths, and that teaches everything else, but in a very skill-developed manner. We are coming to GCC very soon, and I look forward for a partnership. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanjay. It's important that as we build towards sustainability, everybody has access to those skills. Next, we have a female founder on the sustainability stage. Woohoo! Namrata, who's from Shift Eco, a platform for eco-friendly products. Over to you, Namrata.
Thanks so much for having me here today. My name is Namrata, and I'm going to tell you today a little bit about Shift Eco. It all started with a bamboo toothbrush. No, really. In April 2020, when I was grocery shopping, amongst those aisles full of plastic, I came across this bamboo toothbrush. Intrigued, I decided to give it a try. The shift from a plastic toothbrush to a bamboo toothbrush was so seamless. The efficacy of the cleaning, the shift itself was so simple that it made me question, why are more people not talking about it? Why are more people not making these small changes? And then, like a true ex-consultant, I decided to turn to research. We conducted some qualitative and quantitative research to understand what deters people to shift to eco-friendly products. And the results were very interesting. So while 80% of the people wanted to do better for the environment and wanted to shift to cleaner alternatives, only 40% of people were actually doing so. So the intent to change was there, but the follow-through was not happening. So what we wanted to do was understand the barriers a bit more. There were 4 key barriers that stood out. The first was lack of availability. People did not know where to go to shop for these eco-friendly products. Additionally, they found them very expensive. They didn't understand why they were so expensive. And at the same time, they found the entire sustainable living space very daunting. People have been talking about zero waste living, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. Additionally, on the policy side, you have UAE's net zero strategy for 2050, you have ESG reporting on the rise, and the entire market space for eco-friendly products is extremely fragmented in the UAE. And that's why Shift Eco was born. Shift Eco was born to vet honest eco-friendly products and make them accessible to companies as well as individuals. There are 2 aspects to our business. The first aspect is our e-commerce platform where we deal with end consumers. This is the first part of our business. The second is where we work with companies to give them access to clean products. We launched our e-commerce platform in October 2020, and we have over 1,500 products that are vetted available there. So if any of you are looking to shift to eco-friendly products, you must check out our website. Additionally, unlike other e-commerce platforms, we're not just selling products. The kind of space we're in, we believe education and awareness about sustainability is very, very key. And so we run something that we call Learn with ShiftEco, which is a free resource platform of events, of writing, to help consumers connect with sustainability. The other aspect is ShiftEco for Business, where we are providing companies with eco-friendly products. These are products that they use in their offices. It could be corporate gifting. But again, just switching products does not build a DNA of sustainability. So we do trainings, we do audits to actually help companies embed sustainability in their culture. It's been a long journey, and it sounds like we're doing a lot, but there's a fabulous team behind it. Myself and Sukriti are the co-founders of the business. We have varied consulting, marketing kind of a background. We then have a team, a tech team, operations, digital marketing, content team. And yeah, so this is the team behind the entire show. Now to tell you a little bit about our revenue model. There are two parts of our revenue model. The first one is our consumer side. In this side, we're actually aggregating eco-friendly products, working on a consignment model with a lot of local suppliers. So here we get anywhere between a 35 to 45% margin. But unlike other e-commerce stores, what we are growing our direct-to-consumer brand is through key partnerships. We're working with companies such as InstaShop, such as Etihad Rewards, Fab Rewards, to make our platform a lot more reachable. The second part of our business is corporates, where we are working with them on bulk and where we work on upfront purchase. And we are doing about 60 to 80% margin on that. So I'm going to quickly switch over. It's been 2 years we've been around. And one would say we're just a young startup, but our impact has been massive. We have nurtured over 12,000 conscious consumers. We have actually built over 115 partnerships. These are partnerships with companies interested to go green. They're with eco-friendly product suppliers, and we're only just getting started. In this short time, we have actually worked with some really good clients. We recently won the Visa She's Next program. StartAD is one of our key strategic partners, and we are just getting started. So please come, join this green revolution. Let's make conscious consumerism mainstream. Go check out shifteco.ae. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Namrita. That's quite the footprint. We've all heard of recycled plastic and companies that are doing interesting work in this space. But today, you're going to meet somebody who is recycling ceramics. Please join me in welcoming Nicholas to present this company to you. Let's hear for Nicholas.
Can you hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Yes? OK. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Nicolas Calvé. I'm a professor at Khalifa University. And I'm the co-founder of Ceramic Materials Limited that I will present today. So basically, I started this story during my PhD in France, and I never stopped to work on it. And the idea was to take industrial solid wastes that are available all over the world in large quantity and transform this waste into value-added ceramic products. And so we became the pioneer in recycled ceramic, and we decided to create Ceramic Materials in 2019. So what we do, we take a waste that has no value, and we transform it into either a construction material or technical ceramics that I will explain after that. So we are supported by the Catalyst, Masdar BP initiative, and we are based in Masdar City, Abu Dhabi. So why are we relevant? In the world, we are talking about 1 billion tons of industrial waste that are generated every year, which lead to waste management issue, and more importantly, cost for disposal of this waste. If I give you an example, BIA and Masdar just built the first municipal solid waste incinerator in Sharjah. So 100% of the household waste will be burned. With that, they will generate electricity. Unfortunately, 20 to 30% of the household waste will remain as bottom ash. So we take this hash and transform it into value-added ceramic products such as bricks, tiles, roof tiles, etc., etc. So we make two different products, technical ceramic or construction material. All our products are 20 to 60% less carbon footprint than conventional ceramic. And more importantly, the cost is significantly cut. So for example, we are making energy storage material 50% cheaper than our competitor, and we are manufacturing in France while our competitors are manufacturing in China. So our first product is green tiles. So you all have tiles at home. So we are able to do this kind of product with similar properties than a conventional product, except that we are cheaper, of course, because we are using very cheap raw material to manufacture it. Today, we are looking for fundings to build the first factory in the UAE to make 3D tiles for cladding. So we are planning to do this line in Masdar City and manufacture 20,000 square meters of tiles per year. Another product that we have commercialized is a technical ceramic. So it's a new Tesla battery, if you want. We can store renewable energy as form of heat at very high temperature. In Flora, this is a product you have on the right. Basically, you take either renewable energy such as solar PV, concentrated solar power, wind, excess grid electricity, and you convert that into heat that you store in a big tank full of ceramic fillers. At night, when you don't have sun or wind, you will discharge this tank to continue to produce electricity. So this is the world first 100% recycled ceramic for high temperature thermal energy storage. So we have manufactured in France, and we have sold our product to two clients, Store Energy, which is a Serbian company, and they are testing our material 24 tons in south of Spain in Plataforma Solar de Almeria. And our second client is Heliogen. Maybe you don't know Heliogen, but you know Bill Gates. So Bill Gates invested in Heliogen because he wants to save the planet by replacing fossil fuel in heavy industry such as cement, glass, steel, aluminum. Every time you burn gas to melt a material, well, you can potentially replace that by concentrated solar power. And that's why Bill Gates invested in Heliogen. They are experts in concentrated solar power. The problem is that at night, you don't have sun, but you still need to melt steel or aluminum. So the idea is to store this energy in our Flora material, so at night you can continue to provide process heat for your process. We have been highlighted recently by CNN, by Forbes, and right now we have a state-of-the-art laboratory in Masdar City, and we are looking for funding to manufacture our first product in UAE. This is our partner, and I'm done. Thank you for your attention.
Amazing. And another Abu Dhabi homegrown business. So wonderful to see that. Next, we have a company called Verofax joining us, because everybody has the best intentions and we buy sustainable products, but how do we know that how sustainable they are, and how can we verify that? So we have a startup that's going to tell us all about that. Let's welcome Wasim to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wasim Merabi. I'm the CEO and co-founder for Verofax Limited. Imagine a world where everything that you're buying has actually a unique digital identity, where you're able to know exactly, measure what is the impact of buying this specific product versus any other product, and what does that really render to the planet. Imagine if the product is interactive with you, and it gives you all the information that you require. What is the transport emission? How much of carbon is it emitting into the air? What material is it using? Is it recycled, yes or no? Is it recyclable afterwards? Did it cause any kind of eutrophication in the environment around us? And all of that is certified, verified information that is attached to each and every product. And then all of that information generates some kind of rewards for the consumers. So like the other startups were mentioning, it generates certain tokenized reward for consumers to opt for green and vote with their wallet. That's exactly what we deliver. We bring a solution that turns every product interactive and then measured, rated, in a simple way so that consumers can go to a store, a supermarket, and see if the product is green, yellow, or red. But the retailers themselves now can have also an active role. They can actually be able to select the product that are more sustainable and say, we don't want any red product in our stores. We only want green or yellow products. By empowering the consumers to vote with their wallet and then giving them the incentive, we want to promote every single company to start not only selling the product that are more sustainable, but upsell the product. We all understand that there is a certain cost for materials to be more sustainable, for transport, for manufacturing locally everywhere. So we want to promote those companies and give rewards to consumers to vote green. We've already deployed our solution with a number of global companies. We have about $2 million of revenue with top 8 global companies, and we've been able to move beyond the pilot into actually recurring revenue. The engagement that you can then build with that consumer to drive retention, to make them feel happy about the choices that they are doing in their life are just endless. And then you drive loyalty, you drive consumer stickiness of the product, and this is what all the brands are looking after. Some of our clients are famous household names like Budweiser, Corona, and so on and so forth. But we're actually welcoming more brands on board, and we would love it actually if we're able to be supported by more retailers that want to pilot how they can have only better brands to offer that are more sustainable to their consumers. The rating happens based on certain algorithm, based on third-party signed certificates. So every single information is verified. It is on the blockchain. It is multi-signed. So it is issued by certain auditors, auditing companies. So you're able to verify that the product is correct. The engagement with the consumer goes beyond just verifying the sustainability, because now you have a direct channel to communicate with that consumer, to understand better what they want, but also to manage to optimize your operational excellence, to verify where each product is, or beyond the life cycle of the product, how can you extend that? How can you actually point them towards where they can repair the handbag for it to last longer? Where can they actually resell it, Vestiaire Collective or some of those stores? So you can actually create engagement for the brands that goes beyond. We hope every single UAE brand is going to be actually on our platform very soon, every manufactured product in the UAE, so that we can bring sustainability across. The tokenized rewards is not something that is on the client's P&L or balance sheet. This is how we're doing it differently. So with the brands that we're engaging with, it's extremely important to understand that we're actually creating certain NFTs, non-fungible token. Think of it as certain key opinion leaders or influencers of sustainability. They are signing a T-shirt, digital or virtual, and then turning that into a reward for the consumers. So we're creating something out of nothing for the consumers, which is a unique reward that is very valuable, tradable, collectible. We have a number of clients on our list, and we also, as a startup, we're engaged in CSR. So we're educating children on sustainability with different kind of with a number of companies as well. We'd love to tell you more about our story and our solution, and we would love it if you're actually adopting our technology. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wasim.
Oh,
All right, so now you know that if you're shopping for sustainable products, you can use Verifax and find out if you made a wise decision or not. Next, we have someone who has a bag literally full of surprises. He's thinking about the future of food and the future of ecological systems. Again, a startup from Abu Dhabi, all the way from Masdar. Welcome, let's hear it for you.
Thank you so much. So the problem that we are trying to solve with our solution is the food waste. food waste is 1/3 of all the food that we are producing in the world. If the food waste was a country, it would be the third emission of CSG gases, sorry. And this is according to the FAO. Paradoxically, we will be short of 200 million tons of protein feed by 2050 in the world. Our solution to tackle this is industrial insect farming. So we are using a specific insect, the black soldier fly, that is a voracious eater. It eats everything from vegetables, meat, bones, and processed food. So as all the insects, it has a life cycle that starts with the larvae, and those larvae is the eaters. In 10 days, they grow 500 times their body weight. It's like for a human baby in 15 days to grow as big as an Asian elephant. This is how much they be. After that, we harvest them and we transform them into animal feed. So in our facility in Abu Dhabi, we engineered a system that is conditioning all the environmental factors that are helping those animals to grow and to reproduce. So we have our proprietary system of fermentation that help us to reduce the harvest time from 14 days to 9 days. Our business system is simple. So it slays on 4 revenue streams. We are getting revenue from waste processing, and on that, we are competitors of the landfill. So we are diverting food waste from the landfill. The second is protein meal. So once we harvest our protein, our larvae, we convert them into protein and oil, and this is what is the composition of our animal feed. And this is only for chicken, fish, and pets, the animals that normally eat grubs in their natural life. We also produce organic fertilizer that is the frass of those insects. This helps us to build a solid business that is not only environmentally sustainable, but also economically sustainable. And we build it with 2 streams. One stream that is clean and one stream what is unclean. So we finished our first stage, which was the lab scale, the pilot, where we are able to process 100 kg of waste per day. And now, by the end of this year, we will be able to process 15 tons per day of protein. And this will be in a line. So our model is to build hubs of those facilities all around the country, 15 of them, that will be able to be close to where the food waste is and to process them as where they are. So as far, we are the first insect farming company in the GCC. Actually, we are not only the first insect farming company in the GCC, we created the trade license for insect farming, and that was a long work. We also been inaugurated by Her Excellency Mariam Al-Mihiri, Minister of Environment and Climate Change. We signed an MOU with them. We signed MOUs also with waste producer, mainly food retailers and agriculture farms, and we signed MOUs with the consumer of animal feed for chicken and for fish. We also are involved with R&D project with ADNOC and Khalifa University. So to summarize, we are the first insect farm in the GCC. We are aligned with 4 of the UN SDGs, and we have a proof of concept that is already working in Masdar. It's an economically viable model where we are operating in an environment where the demand is higher than the supply. The co-founders, myself, Christine Wong, Ludmila Prozorova, 3 PhDs working together in order to make all of this happen. Thank you so much for your attention, and we will be there waiting for you. Our grabs are just here if you wanted to have a look. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, Haitham from Circa Tech. So before coming on stage, Haitham was convincing me that these worms are also a delicacy in the UAE. I'm still not convinced, but maybe for chicken. Okay, so once more please for Circa Tech. And next, we have with us Alauddin from iHealth Screen. They have a transformative technology that can scan your retina and tell you about your health conditions and potential diseases and prevent health emergencies. Over to you. Please, let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Alauddin Bhuyan. I am the founder and CEO of iHealth Screen. iHealth Screen offers retinal imaging, basically the eye imaging, and artificial intelligence-based tool for early diagnosis of retinal disease, specifically diabetic retinopathy, age-related macular degeneration, and glaucoma, and can also predict stroke and heart attack. So this is software as a medical device, which uses retinal camera and artificial intelligence, and this is a SaaS model in terms of the business, like model. So imagine you can screen an early diagnosis of your retinal disease. You can predict stroke and heart attack. You can take the preventative measures today, which is coming after 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year time period. You can save people from blindness. You can save lives and also the disability. So we have two different directions. The company started in 2015 in America with NIH funding, National Institutes of Health funding. And we have, one is the retinal disease, other one is the cardiovascular disease. These two disease, like dimensions. So in this talk, we'll be focusing mainly on the retinal disease screening tools. So if you can take a look at the images, the top left image is the vision for an healthy person. And the top right, the macular degeneration patient. So what happens here is the central vision is gone. And if you look at the diabetic retinopathy, blind spots everywhere, and the glaucoma starts from the peripheral vision. So the problem is no one knows because they stay in the back of your eye. And one sudden day, the patient becomes blind, they rush to the ophthalmologist. And that time, there is no choice for the doctor only to stop the degeneration. Whatever happened, blindness is already blind. So we are planning to take this device to the primary care and early diagnosis of this disease and take the preventative measures by the doctors. You can see the numbers. The projected number for diabetic retinopathy is from 6 million to 11.4 million, and for macular degeneration, 2.1 million to 5.4 million. This is the National Institutes of Health numbers, meaning getting double or more than double. And this is an universal numbers almost all over the world, considering the developing country will be even worse, right? So this is the direct cost. Indirect cost would be tenfold, okay? So our focus is to take this device in the GP, diabetician, in the primary care clinics, identify them within 5 minutes of time, the entire process, and this is also reimbursable, like the doctors, they will be getting paid. Eventually, we can also get the licensing fee from that. And this is a large growing need. Diabetic is an epidemiology. We have a huge number of elderly people, which is also growing. So how does the system work? You take the retinal image and input the images to the software, and an automatic report will be generated. That report will be telling exactly your disease stage and if you need to see an ophthalmologist. And this entire process, like the data sets we used from NIH, is above 95% accurate, and it's super fast. In the same place, you can get the report. You don't need to wait or don't need to go to the ophthalmologist. And also, you can detect this in the early stage, not to mention about the revenue. So in terms of the regulatory approvals, we are CE certified, and we are also Department of Health Abu Dhabi approved, and also Health Australia approved. We are submitting the FDA application, like for diabetic retinopathy and macular degeneration, like next month. So these are also published in the top scientific journals, and we are also part of the Hub 71, Department of Health Acceleration Programs, and we have a great team. We are now looking for pre-Series A, $5 million. Join us, and let's prevent blindness and prevent deaths and disability. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Alauddin. That's a very noble cause indeed. So who here likes street food? Okay, we have some takers in the audience. So from the street food capital, we have Sharif joining us to talk about how he's going to bring financial inclusion to street food vendors. Give him a round of applause, please.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. Before I start the time, just want to say thank you very much for hosting us. It's been an amazing event. So my name is Sharif, and I'm the founder and CEO at Outpost, where our mission is to help modernize street food vendors. So, as you know, everyone has got to eat, and starting a food business used to be a great way to earn cash. That's my late granddad. Some 70 years ago, he started a street food business to raise a family of 7. Fast forward 30 years later, my parents too started a street food business to raise me. We knew of families and friends who started a food business on the side to earn extra income. But today, to start a food business is increasingly difficult. You see, supposedly you got to have a restaurant. While restaurants are seemingly desirable, they're a really expensive setup. They cost upwards of $100,000 to get up and running. And if you're lucky, you might see some profit in 2 to 3 years' time. If not, it can be a really expensive lesson. True story, I too, like my granddad and parents, started a full-stack food delivery business but had to shut it down due to unsustainable cost structure. On the flip side of this, you've got street food vendors. They're mobile, resilient, responsive to demand, and they can be a quite profitable business. But as we all know, they're not the most hygienic setup. Therefore, they run the real risk of literally being taken off the streets due to regulatory and urbanization pressure. So at Outpost, our thesis is, what if you can have the best of both worlds? The cost effectiveness and mobility factor of street carts, plus the high fidelity operations and hygiene standards of restaurants. Basically, the cost of deploying one restaurant can deploy 100 street carts, and just as importantly, help fund 100 people to start a micro food business to earn a dignified living for themselves. So our mission at Outpost is to raise the economic, social, and operational standards of street food vendors while helping local communities have access to nutritious yet hygienic food on a daily basis. So there's a real world impact in this business. What we've realized is that in addition to having street food vendors operate in a much more dignified way, small and medium-sized brands could also use street food setup as a way to scale their reach to customers, right? Now, how do we do this? We have a combination of hardware, software, and footwear. On the hardware side, we're basically reimagining your good old street cart. We call it the Street Smart Cart. Think of it as a Tesla of street carts, but at the price point of a Toyota. Every one of these street carts comes with everything that you need to start a professional street food business in a hygienic way, and the price point starts at just $1,000. And for a bit more, you could have a much more bigger cart that can carry a bigger payload and go a further distance. But here's the best part. To get it started, you just have to pay $0 up front. And these are some of the street smart carts that we've deployed in the market. Now, a merchant, to get started, they just have to sign up to our SaaS service. We call it Street Smart Cart as a Service. For a small subscription fee and a bit of a transaction fee, we give them everything that they need to run a professional street food business. In addition to that, we also do backward integration, where their supplies originates from our brand partners. So they're assured that they have trusted source of supplies. We also do forward integration into food delivery platforms as well as payment platforms and provide them a specially designed point-of-sale solution that help them manage their business digitally as well as interact with consumers in a much more modern way. We're happy to say that we've got hundreds of brands that have expressed interest to be on our platform, and we've got thousands and thousands of potential merchants who like to set up their business with us. Now, how do we make money? Just to be clear, we're not in the business of selling hardware. We're in the business of helping merchants get started and continue running their business in a much more sustainable way. We also introduce digital services in addition to selling food so they can earn additional income on the side. So another benefit is not just to the consumers, but also to the government, where we can help formalize the informal sector, micro merchant sector, and recognize them as a crucial part of the economy. Now, every day, 2.5 billion people from around the world, just like yourself, enjoy street food. And in Indonesia itself, there's over 500,000 street food vendors who needs to modernize their business to stay in business. Brands are looking for new ways of distribution, so there's tremendous headroom for growth. We truly believe this can be a $1 trillion business. So not are we only in the right market, in the right timing, especially with the after effects of COVID, but we believe we've also got the right team, right? We're a blend of youth and experience that has built both analog and digital businesses. Our executive team, including myself, has got experience in fintech, building point of sale systems, and also e-wallets and other related retail tech solutions. So we were looking to raise $500,000, but we've already fully got this round subscribed. But we're looking to extend our pre-seed round further by an additional $500,000. And for just today only, if anyone who were to approach me today, I'll promise you to give you the exact same terms. Let me say that again. I'll promise you that I'll give you guys the exact same terms as our first initial investors. The exact same discount and cap, valuation cap. So we're looking to further deploy hundreds more of merchants, as well as onboard several other brand partners and generate a fair bit of GMV, which will earn some revenue out of it. So once again, my name is Sharif. Join us in not only empowering street food vendors, but shaping the future of micro retail. I'm Sharif, we're Outpost, your outdoor point of sale network. Looking forward to speak to you again in a bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharif. And that was really generous of you to give that once-in-a-lifetime offer only for the Abu Dhabi Finance Week investors. Next, we have a startup that is making great waves in the real estate and prop tech industry from electrical and energy efficiency. Let's welcome Oleg from Volts.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to introduce to you Volts. Volts, it is a platform that increases efficiency of electrical supply of residential buildings, apartments, villas, and so on. To solve the problem, we merge a great team with a highly qualified team with unique competence in IT, energy, business administration, and law. Problems that we solve today, we are facing issues with trends to renewable and sustainable energy. And current suppliers of energy and electricity are not able to feed the requirements of the market. And our vision is to create an ecosystem that would fit the needs of current customers. So the main product of our company is a smart energy storage system. It is modular. It also includes inverter, so it's all-in-one solution that could be easily implemented in the current house grid and increase efficiency of PV generation up to 100%. Also, it could be easily managed with a mobile application that we developed. Our IT platform allows to connect to European gateway and receive current prices on electricity, and it helps our users to understand when they should charge their battery storage system and when should discharge. So it would provide them ability to save money. But our extra products that we are developing right now, it's electrical vehicle charging station and mobile solution for campings, for outdoor events, and so on. Today trend market of residential power supply is growing. And now we are focused on the European market because it has the deepest and highest level of penetration of green and renewable technologies. And in that case, we have already signed several framework agreements with distributors who install PV panels and help us to sell our product combined with them. We are UE certified, and we are part of the Catalyst Accelerator, and thanks to Masdar that help us to develop our product and scale up our sales. Here you can see several projects that we already realized, and today we are looking for new partners. We are looking for distributors who could provide us an option to enter the new markets. Also, we are looking for investments, working capital to establish production and build more walls and sell more walls all over the world. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Oleg. Okay, we have 2 more startups to go. So let's give a big round of applause for Richard from Hydro Art Pod. Hydro Art Pod is enabling people to have their own little organic gardens at home. Let's do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Nice to see some friendly faces in the crowd. That's fantastic. And let me just start by saying I am well aware I stand between you and the bar that's going to open shortly, so I will keep it tight. Okay, so Hydro Art Pod is a way for people to be able to eat healthier, live a bit more sustainably, and save a bit of money in the process. So let me talk through this. We don't have a lot of time, so we're going to go quick. So the world has a food problem. We all know it, it's recognized. The challenge is, what are we going to do about that? What is the answer? We know store-bought produce, no matter how it was produced, brings some challenges with it. So consumer preferences are changing, especially since the onset of the pandemic. People want more locally grown food, but it's not as easy as doing that. Why aren't people already growing at home? They lack the time, the space, the knowledge, or the climate, or possibly all of those. Enter a couple of products that are here to solve that challenge. So the first one is the Hydro Art Cube. That's a community scale garden that you can access anytime you like as a resident, as a consumer. And that is your own community organic store. The other product is the Hydro Art Pod, which sits inside your home, up on your wall, for you to graze upon anytime you like. Little more detail. So this is the Hydro Art Pod. We have started selling Hydro Art Pod in the US, Canada, EU, and of course the home market of the UAE. We're based here in Abu Dhabi, based in Masdar, and very happy to be part of the family there. So there are other options out there, but none of them quite do what the Hydro Art Pod and the Hydro Art Cube do. This is the cube. It is not your uncle's container farm, which is just a nasty place where lots of plants grow. This is a place where you will want to hang out. At the same time, you will be able to access, I'm going to say tons. What I mean is 60 kilograms a month of fresh produce. There's tons of use cases. Don't have time to go through them. You want to learn more about it, please come and see me. You'll know us because we're the guys just over here who actually have green living plants around us. It's kind of hard to miss, right? So by all means, sticking around for a while yet, come and see us. Now these solutions are underpinned by the same technology. We're talking about digital twin technology for predictive maintenance, for understanding consumer behaviors and preferences. There's a mountain of data that we can drive analytics on here, both for the consumer's benefit and for the asset owner's benefit. So obviously, the next 12 months are really important for the UAE. What happens 12 months from now? A little under 12 months from now? COP28. Huge global focus on sustainability, and of course we all know about the UAE's commitment in multiple different strategic ways towards that. Both of these products contribute towards things like net zero carbon, net zero energy, etc. Again, happy to talk through in more detail. I'm not going to go through it all right now. Multiple routes to market, whether it's B2B, B2C, B2G, any other Bs you got? I don't know, let's talk about it, all right? Plenty of opportunities out there. And the model is a little bit like when you buy a mobile phone. You don't go and buy a phone and then look around and go, where am I going to get a contract from? You buy a mobile phone contract and the hardware comes with it. Similar approach here. So the capital outlay for the investment can be amortized over a period of a contract so that you have a perfectly acceptable monthly subscription to continue on. So we sell the device. We sell the seed pods, which are guaranteed to work in the device. We sell the plant food pods, which make it all happen. And we provide the app and the controlling firmware through which you can control it all. It's literally as easy as using a coffee machine. You put pod in, machine does all the rest. The app tells you whenever you need to do anything. No one's got time to garden these days, right? I don't know. Anyone spend hours in the evenings, weekends gardening? I don't think so. Doesn't mean you cannot enjoy fresh produce. So there's a big market out there. There's a big market, and we're already on our way in. What we are looking to do is we are looking to attract partners. We've already got great partners on board. We're looking for more in terms of helping us with production, obviously in terms of funding. Startup equals funding requirement, and getting out there to market. Exciting opportunities ahead. We're looking for partners who want to go on that journey with us. I would like to ask if there's any questions, but clearly we don't have time for that. So thank you so much for your attention. Thanks for sticking around this late in proceedings. Please do come over and have a chat with me if you'd like to take away a lettuce for a nice little snack of a salad on the way home tonight. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Congrats, Richard. And he's right there in Startup Zone 2 if anybody wants to go and have a chat with him after. With that, we come to the last pitch of the day. Wow, 16 sustainable startups pitched today, and we're going to end on a high note. We have for our grand finale, Jay Sadik from FortiGuard. FortiGuard aims to cool the city, so I think especially after the last 3 days in the sun, this is some beautiful news for our ears. Let's hear it from Jay.
FortiGuard is on a mission to cool cities. We're outdoor temperature experts. We believe what gets measured gets improved, and the best solutions come from the understanding of data. We're building a proprietary AI tool so we can provide different clients with enriched temperature data and personalized insights and visualizations so they can cool their outdoors. This is satellite level data. It's 3 kilometers square granular. If you look at this, you only see New York as 32 degrees Celsius. FortiGuard's data comes from the cars that you guys drive and other sensors that are unactively available in every city across the globe. So we can tap into that data, monetize it, and create something more granular than satellite level, and we can go up to 1 meter square granularity and report temperature almost every second. We want to serve governments and also the private sector corporations so we can not only help them cool their outdoors, but also optimize the energy consumption they have indoors and also bring more safety to the outdoors and make you guys a lot more comfortable. Those are different cities that we started to map from our very small office here in Abu Dhabi. LA, Detroit, Paris, the city of Rotterdam in the Netherlands, name it. We can, at the click of a button, get any temperature of any city across the globe. We also provide customized, personalized insights through our AI tool. So whoever wants data so they can understand with their engineers how they can design outdoor cooler settings, FortiGuard can do them this through our FortiEngine. FortiEngine has 3 different layers. a lot of data that comes from global data sources. We dynamically provide very personalized insights and give it to clients in the way that they want to navigate it. So be it a dashboard, be it something integrated with their GIS system as an endpoint or anything, FortiGuard is capable of delivering that. Our business model is quite simple. The guys on the top are our clients, and we're expanding our business to work with global clients, potentially the likes of Google Maps. You guys have an app on your phone. If you open it and you explore different layers, we want to add temperature to what you can navigate. So probably you can take your next walking distance based on the coolest route rather than the shortest one. We're in competition with satellite companies. However, we started to partnership with those companies so we can provide them with data to add more accuracy to their satellite data and take their data so we can add more scalability to our services. We started in March 2020. We're backed by Hub 71, and now we're fundraising. I'm going to go back to that slide later. We're fundraising for $2 million so we can expand our operations to more cities across the globe, like the US and Europe. This is Patrick, our CTO, who's building our AI tool, the Fori engine. Myself, I'm a 3-time founder, but I failed twice, hopefully not this time, building FortiGuard with an amazing team who not only comes from a diverse backgrounds, but also have the experience when it comes to the insights that we need so we can train our models in a lot of proprietary ways. Thank you.